Hey folks, Devin Pennypacker here for another video on the Windup Watch Shop, and today we're going to be taking a closer look at a relatively new military-inspired field watch, leaning more on the affordable side of things with the Prevail Onward Future. Now we actually have both models, the Explorer and the Tactical, to take a look at here, so we can kind of compare them side by side, talk about their differences and similarities, and really get a better sense of what this watch has to offer. But before we get started, I do just want to mention that on this channel, we take a closer look at models that are available in the Windup Watch Shop, where we have a large selection of watches, accessories, everyday carry items that we have curated by enthusiasts for enthusiasts just like you. Every purchase made there helps us continue what we're doing here today and is of course greatly appreciated. We even have some items only available here in the Brooklyn showroom, so if you're in the area, please stop on by, come say hi to the team, shop our selection, and really just check out what we have to offer. But with all that out of the way, let's go ahead and get into the watches. Exploding onto the scene just last year in 2024, Prevail first attracted eyeballs with its unique design language and case shape. Founded by Hassan Madras, a United States Air Force Reserve Staff Judge advocate for over a decade, Prevail set out in part to change the way we talk about military veterans in the community while redefining what a military watch can be. Standing on the principles of serving those that have served, Prevail proudly donates a portion of their profits to the Heart and Armor Foundation, which is a charity that supports veterans' health while vowing never to trivialize or glorify war in order to sell watches. Designed in conjunction with Matt Smith Johnson, better known as Teenage Grandpa on Instagram, the Onward might not fit into the typical standard design of a military watch with a more modern aesthetic, but still has that rugged approach that fits into a similar bill. It is immediately apparent that this model is not simply pulled out of a catalog or off of the shelf, but has received notable consideration as part of the overall design. Giving a sense of lasting durability, the steel case features a completely matte blasted finish, reducing noticeable surface wear as well as glare in the field. The symmetrical case carries a modular appearance where the main housing is surrounded by an almost octagonal surround with slightly curved and rounded edges to ease its visual heft. Despite its appearance, the case utilizes clever architecture to allow the 42mm case diameter to wear slightly smaller than you might assume, no doubt aided by its relative thinness at 11mm and a compact lug-to-lug of just over 47mm. At 3, the screw-down crown is protected by being recessed into the case, leaving only a bit of the milled crown exposed for easier manipulation. Balancing it out on the other side, the Onward Future has horizontal milling reminiscent of knife jimping or a hammer pull, an aesthetic that is carried over to the caseback where deep horizontal grooves run about its surface except for on the caseback. At that center, a domed screw-down caseback helps secure this piece's 200 meters of water resistance. Integrated into the case are the stout 20mm fixed lug bars, which does mean that this watch is restricted to pass-through straps, but it does offer additional security, avoiding the potential of a spring bar failure. Returning to the case's front surface, the central case body rises from the rest, meeting the protruding crown bezel towards its top. On the Explorer models, the bezel remains smooth with chamfered edges offering a bit of a cleaner visual, while the Tactile model utilizes milled rectangular grooves, leading to a more rugged visual. It is worth noting that the Tactile model does come in at 0.5 mm thicker than the Explorer, though when wearing the model it is not that noticeable. Just inside and recessed slightly is the flat sapphire crystal holding guard of the dial beneath. Earth tone colors represent the collection with either a standard black, compass green, or shovel head, which is sort of a dark taupey brown. Starting from its perimeter, a sloping chapter ring holds white printed minute markers with dashes for the minutes between the Arabic numerals marking every 5 minutes. That ring then continues out into the hour indices, where the central portion is skeletonized to reveal the actual hour markers. It is there again that we will see these two models deviate from each other, where both of them will opt for circle applications of lume for the hour markers, except for the 12, 3, and 6. On the Tactile version, those markers are shaped as large squared-off U-shapes, extending back into the minute register, while the Explorer opts for loomed Arabic numerals instead. The primary dial surface rests separately below the time-telling details, holding only the brand's name Prevail printed at 6. At its center, a squared-off syringe hand manages hours, a sword hand shows the minutes, and a painted tip seconds hand ticks over top for seconds. The hour and minute hands each hold their own generous application of lume, with further visual detail coming from the two-tone painted effect, where the base is painted a slightly darker shade and the tip goes towards white. Overall, legibility on both models is excellent thanks to its simple skeletonized approach, which carries over in low light conditions, shining brightly thanks to its use of lume. Each model out of the box comes equipped with a complementary colored single-pass nylon strap. Using matching nylon for the keeper and blasted hardware matching the case is a nice touch to create an overall well-thought-out package. In full transparency though, the strap does leave a lot to be desired. It is certainly adequate and definitely gives you a comfortable wearing experience out of the box, but I would suggest that you probably swap it out for something a little bit nicer, I don't know, maybe an adapt strap of your choosing. Powering the Onward is a Swiss-made quartz Ronda caliber 513, a 3-hand movement featuring hacking seconds. It claims an expected accuracy of -10 to +20 seconds per day with an approximate battery life of 45 months. Throughout my time with them, I found that they were keeping excellent time well within this range. And for those that don't know, Ronda is a proven name with a decent reputation of being affordable yet still reliable in the watch game. When considering the rough and tumble visuals and intended purpose of this watch, the inclusion of a quartz caliber just makes sense. But with all that being said, what do I think of the watches? Well, let's take a quick look at the cons and then the pros, and then at the end I'll give you some of my final thoughts. First, looking at the cons, the Onward certainly has a unique visual that may not resonate with the masses out there. Its broad case shape and dimensions may lead some to believe that it's just too big for them. And like many watches on the attainable side of things, the straps are certainly fine, but definitely something I would personally look to upgrade sooner rather than later. But with all that being said, if the design language speaks to you, you'll be hard-pressed to find anything else out there like it. The dial remains very legible with its two different configurations. Thanks to case architecture, it does drape nicely on the wrist, allowing it to fit a wide variety of wrist sizes. And then of course, there's the price. At $275, the watches are just not facing a whole lot of competition considering their quality. They are well-made, unique, reliable, and attainable watches that bend the typical perception of the watch genre from a brand focused on a noble mission. I, for one, am really excited to see where this brand goes from here. Well, folks, that is going to do it for me in this video here. Please let me know down in that comment section what you thought of this one. Do you like the watches? Do you like the style? Do you not like the style? Have you had a chance to try one on yourself, maybe at the New York Windup Watch Fair where Prevail actually had a booth with us? Let me know down below and I'll jump in there and chat with you. But anyway, I know that your time is valuable and I really do appreciate you spending some of it with me. So until the next one, peace.